Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Parasite Eve 2. You know, in these games, there always seems to be at least one character that's a damsel in distress. I just assumed for this game that it was Pierce. But now we have a little girl to go save. I swear, Aya's work is never done! It would be nice if these people could take care of themselves for once, so Aya could just complete the mission and go home. I'm so mad I'm gonna set this guy on fire! Or, I'm gonna try to anyways. Come on, die! Damn it, I said die! Not hit me with your lightsaber. You get! There! Grenade to the face ought to shut you up. So as you can see, if we did not turn off these security cameras, they would be annoying us right now. And we don't want that. And unfortunately, this is the first of many cyborgs we're gonna get. Especially if you off-screen grind. Or, well, go clear out the red zones. For you, it wouldn't be off-screen grinding unless you were LPing the game and decided to cut them, like I'm doing. Excellent. A lot of these battles are going to be edited because they did not go well. Yeah, I'm cheating the game and everything. I've got extra HP. Be prepped because another one of those Invisa dudes is going to show up right about now. I'm trying to be careful, but there's not really anything you can do. You're just going to get grabbed no matter what. He's an asshole. I think he has a status effect he can inflict you with, but I'm not sure on that. I mentioned last video, if you time this plasma attack right, you can actually damage him and stun him, which is pretty good. I cannot imagine going through this last bit in the game without extra help. I envision that being really difficult. Oh, hey, look! A room where nothing's gonna try to kill me! Hooray! Some of the messages you'll get whenever you use the phone will talk about what's going on at Mist headquarters. I don't know if it's happened yet, but Baldwin is going to be arrested. They'll talk about that this video. It's not a major spoiler or anything. It's something that happens off screen. I did notice he seemed a bit suspicious through some of the phone calls that I cut from this LP. Oh, look, we have a puzzle. Click on everything but the blue. What exactly this does, I have no idea. But that's fine. Because we get a hit pouch! Hooray! I already have plenty. I'm pretty much just going to go with this armor that I have the rest of the way. There is a slightly better armor if you're playing legit that you'll want to pick up in an area towards the end of the video. But I'll talk about that when we get there. So something really creepy happened to me yesterday. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we got the idea to Google search ourselves. A lot of people have done that. You type your name in Google just to see what comes up. There's a website that has my name, my parents' names, my brother and his wife's names. Awesome, so we get a car. This seems kind of strange, so this is a long puzzle to open up the next area. And we have to use Bowman's card here. I meant to show that off a few videos back, so there it is. That's the card we got from Bowman, the dude we heard about a lot a few videos back and then fought him as a monster. So instead of just walking through a door and going to the next area, we have to take this car. It's just an added unnecessary little bit just to make things a little bit more annoying than they need to be. Because we get here and we can't take the car any further. You would think that she would at least drive the car up to this door first. And to be ready, another one of these Invisidudes is going to be in here. They are quite annoying. I do not care for them at all. So this site had all of that information on it. And it also had my job title and rough guesstimates of my salaries from 2016 through 18. Which is really fucking creepy. I'm not sure what else was on there. I didn't look at this myself. Because I didn't trust going to that website. I'm usually pretty careful about the websites I go to. Except for Pornhub. Although they removed a lot of my favorite videos. Damn you, Pornhub! Why? Ah, that's what you get for censoring Pornhub. You get! But that was really creepy, and I decided to search for the friend of mine who's been helping me out with the dialogue for this game. And I found a Google search result for her as well. And it was a different website, but it looked like the same type of thing. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to give out too much info. I really hate these guys. A lot of why these fights are edited is because of these guys. And they seem to just throw them in there with another one of these things each time. It's really annoying. I think what you're better off doing is trying to dodge these. Get over to the one that's shooting you and kill that one first. But I really don't like these things because if you get hit by the status effect, then she stops and she'll just stand there. Sometimes she won't be able to use magic, and sometimes she'll just stand there. And I know there's like a paralysis and a silence effect. I thought the lipstick that she's equipped with is supposed to guard against those status effects, but I guess not. But I really hate those enemies. And the whole status effect in these games. I don't like that at all. I'm sure it's an RPG thing, and it might work if your character is one of several in a party, but when you're just playing as one character, it's really annoying. Right, so this is a teddy bear. It's Eve's teddy bear. It's definitely not number 9's teddy bear. Although this is his motorcycle, which we did see in the mines. I'm actually really curious if we walked all the way back to the mines, if we would see this motorcycle there too. That would be a continuity error. I imagine it would probably be there. These games aren't usually that good at continuity. Sometimes they are, but not too often. That's not something I ever went back to look at, though. And this room here is just more busy work. The door we need to go through could just be unlocked and we wouldn't need this room at all, but nope. Wouldn't want that room to actually give us supplies or anything useful. Instead, we have more of these guys. And here I tried to do what I was suggesting. I fired off some Inferno, hoping I could just hit some of these things. I hate you. And I was trying to get over here to fight this thing. The shit thing about this grenade launcher is it takes forever to reload the grenade. There is a good grenade launcher you can get towards the end of the game. You'll have access to it once you get done with the stuff that I do for this video. And it actually holds multiple grenades. But at this point in the game, especially with these enemies being around, you really need a grenade launcher option that holds multiple grenades. Because if you fire one off, then it's really tough to try to reload it whilst getting attacked by enemies, because she has to stand there to reload the thing. It's not like Resident Evil where you can just go into your menu and reload everything. In battle, anyways. What's the situation on the front? Almost completely under control, sir. Almost? What the fuck do you mean, almost? We are unable to enter one sector because of a biological barrier. Just like 3 years ago. It's very likely. We just received word that mist agent destroyed the barrier. Recon says they found a new barrier, sir. I assume around our objective. It's possible, sir. And the mole? We've received no communication, sir. Well, that's great. Now what? It's time for Plan D, sir. A decisive strike from orbit could solve our problems, kind of like Resident Evil Revelations, which that was one of the stupidest aspects of that game, not to mention the time jumping or the annoying characters you had to play as in certain parts. How much time should we allow for withdrawal? Unfortunately, there's no time left, sir. They will be buried in Arlington, proud servants of our country, sir. Not good enough. We can't sacrifice them all for nothing. Mr. President, the lives of our entire country depend on your decision. I know. You're just a peon. Don't tell me what I already know. Neomitochondria? What about the biological pollution in the shelter?
First time you've heard of them? They're what mist is after. They're those creatures' main ingredient.
Come again for Big Fudge?
By now, the neomitochondria without hosts are grouping. They're looking for new hosts, searching for anything warm, alive.
Either way, it won't be a problem. Our men have full hazmat protection.
I wouldn't be so confident. They can also affect the mitochondria already within us.
Actually, we got a report of something other than the cyborgs. I hope what you describe hasn't happened to my men yet.
It might be wise to quarantine them and run tests.
It seems we have no choice. What about yourself? Will you be okay in there? Please excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am.
Eve.
Agent Bray? Agent Bray, I have bad news. We've completed a thorough search of the area, but we can't find a little girl nor the guy you described. Same with the others.
I see. Have you secured the entire shelter area?
You've ran into an obstruction in a reactor that we can't get to.
I thought so.
Do you know what it is?
Yes. I should be able to get in there. Can I go check it out?
I don't see why not. The secured area should be safe. But I can't speak for the lower levels. Please be careful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know I goofed up a little bit during part of that reading, but I did the best I could. Blind man trying to read things. There are items in this room if you want to go take a look at them.
Flint! Who's a good boy? How'd you find me? What? Timmy's in the well again? What's that on your neck? Flint? Good boy.
Can we just agree on one thing right now? Flint the dog is the best character in this game. I'll go ahead and say the best character in the Parasite Eve series. So this is a note you can read if you want, don't if you don't. I know while I was playing this I read it, but I don't remember what it says. A lot of these things that we're doing to get the good ending. So you can actually miss stuff like this. If Flint dies... By the way, if you let Flint die, then you suck. Fuck you, you just suck. Again, Flint is the best character in the game.
Hiya, Aya. You're looking great. Hey, we did it! Caught that red Hal by his furry little tail. What did you find out? It was just like you said. He was slipping info to private interests. I don't even know what to say. Do you know anything about the organization? Most of the evidence is gone. Oh, too bad. But you know, it wasn't just Hal. Turns out that missed agents from other agencies were involved. They were using genetic info from NMCs for who knows what. Rupert's on the case. You wouldn't believe how deep it goes. If anyone can get to the bottom of this, it's Rupert. I'll wrap things up here. Right on, you go, girl. What about Pierce? Well, see, what happened was, we don't know where he is. Really? Oh. But I'm also kind of jealous. He's always the biggest chicken, but tell him Aya needs help? And it's all like, Shazam! He's some big action hero. Give the poor guy a break. Did I hit a nerve? Sorry.
Yeah, not that it's super important. Well, this is super important. If you're playing the game, you get access to a lot of your storage bins. I assume the one in the hotel, IS car, and a few others. Jody picks up that stuff and brings it over here. If you're on course for a bad ending, then Rupert will be here instead of Jody. which is interesting, but it does mean that we do not see Rupert for the rest of the game. Right, if you chat with this dude and then come over here to that bin, go back and forth a little bit, you get free ammo, pretty much any ammo type you want. The rifle rounds and the grenade rounds are basically what we need for the rest of the game. We don't need anything else. And if you go with a 9mm gun, then there should be Spartan rounds there, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully, because those are really the only handgun rounds you want to be using at this point, considering they're the best. And I do believe there are some decent guns for that. So we talked to the dog. I had a full inventory, so I couldn't pick up all the items from him earlier. And we used the teddy bear on the dog, and he will get the scent, and we will start our chase. Come on, Flint. I'll say it too. Who's a good boy? Best character in the game. Best character in any game, actually. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Flint the dog is the best character in any game I've LP'd. And anybody familiar with my videos knows how much I am a fan of Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield. But I'm still going with Flint. My favorite character. Oh yeah. Fortunately, while he's with us, there will not be any enemies in here. Which is nice. We've already had a gauntlet of these cyborgs anyways. I don't need more of them to deal with. And I really don't feel like dealing with more of them, although I feel like I'm going to have to. I can't remember. Actually, maybe not. At least nothing that's going to make it on screen. But I don't remember for sure. I'm pretty sure that was Rupert just asking about Pierce. Actually, no, that was a military commander basically telling us to get the fuck out of here as soon as we can. And Aya mentions that she can't find Pierce. Whatever, not a huge storyline. I'm not sure why the phone rang there. You would think it would be Rupert. I was starting to talk about this earlier, but we have not seen Rupert since the beginning of the game, video 2. Which is kind of good because I feel a little bit uncomfortable with the voice I used for him. I did not intend it to be racist, but I feel like it kind of came across that way a little bit, so I'm kind of glad we have not had more of Rupert. I was worried about that with Daniel in the first game as well, but I think that one came out more funny than anything else, which I'm happy with.
What's wrong?
Who's there?
I'm an FBI agent.
I can't see. There's a radiation leak up ahead. So sudden. The heat. You get out while you can.
You'll be okay. Your insides are just liquefying a little bit. Those aren't radiation burns. A rapid mitochondria increase flash-heated your cells. Your sight should return soon.
You sure?
You'll be fine, I promise. Even though I'm pretty sure everyone else who experienced that burst into flames, but I'm sure you'll be fine. I'd stay, but I don't have the time.
Hey, don't worry. The pain's gone away, just like you said. I'll be able to walk once I can see.
Flint? Stay with him, Flint. Be a good boy.
Hey, Flint. Hey, not that way. Screw the makers of Third Birthday. I want a Parasite Eve game where we play as Flint. I demand it! Retcon Third Birthday. The third Parasite Eve game we play as Flint. It'll be awesome! There'll be dog bones everywhere! That's pretty cool. Now whenever we go in that room we see dead golems. These soldiers are actually pretty effective. We don't see that too often in games where the soldiers or any extra characters do anything. And I talked at the beginning of this video about how useless Pierce and Eve are in this game. So it's nice to see some characters that actually accomplish something. Oh god, what's in here?
This held those cyborgs. Frozen in suspended animation. Pierce!
What? Aya? So cold. Where am I?
You're in the shelter.
Oh, wait. I've been running a search on who's been running the place. They came rushing in.
It's okay. Baldwin's behind bars.
Good. That's a relief. I was about to become a snowman.
You're a busy man. First you're a mummy, then you're Frosty.
Better than being one of them. Thanks, Aya. That's twice you've saved me.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
What do you mean, sorry? This isn't your fault.
And that's everything.
Wow, you've been through a lot. It's like you to want to finish this yourself. Leave the cleanup to me, even though I don't have a gun. You worry about Eve.
Okay.
I won't say goodbye.
Something I do get irritated with. Some of the dialogue in this game is excessive, especially considering it's all text. You'll have noticed that I've cut several lines of dialogue from this LP. There's a line with the soldiers where he stops and says, "Well, I'll be frank." And that may not seem like much, but when you're having to read all the dialogue, that gets to be a little bit more than it should be. This conversation just ends with Pierce saying, "I'm not going to say goodbye, I'll see you topside," and I was like, "I'll see you topside." I didn't feel like doing any more editing on the dialogue, so whatever. It's not a big deal. Plus a number of other lines of dialogue, which I think I tried complaining about. I don't know if I finished my thoughts on that from a couple videos back. But if they're gonna do text dialogue, at least they should be as succinct as possible. Not much to worry about now. Flint and that soldier are gone. Hopefully they get the help they need. And I'm going to end the video here, so thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time when we finish Parasite Eve 2. And the Parasite Eve series, because there is no third game.